step back here. Go ahead and put your hands on your back. I'll let you know in just a second when I get this chain while you just be in the chain, okay?
You don't got any weapons on you, right? Knives, guns, grenades, nothing like that? Alright.
So, you know your license is...
There's chaos in the courtroom, and it's all surrounding Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Once seen as an unstoppable, undefeated knockout star, he's now dealing with the biggest threat of his career, and it's not from an opponent in the ring.
Davis getting a heavy escort before bonding out of jail. Now some are asking, was this special treatment? Local 10's Leanne Motorhong is outside the jail in West Miami-Dade with much more.
For years, GervontaDavis seemed unbeatable, 30 wins, 28 by knockout, and a big name in pay-per-view boxing. But now, everything is at risk. He's been arrested again, violated his probation, and the judge seems fed up. People at Premier Boxing Champions, PBC, are seriously worried he might end up back in jail. And the timing is terrible. His rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. was already delayed once, and this legal trouble might cancel it completely.
Guys, how different would that look?
Wait a minute, say it again.
Tank Roach versus Roach 2. In your eyes only, how would that look different?
Or maybe it's worse, the fight could be cancelled completely. Right now, the biggest battle of GervontaDavis's career isn't for a title, it's staying out of prison. On June 15, Davis was arrested in Florida after a reported domestic violence incident involving the mother of his children. It happened on Father's Day, a day meant for family, but instead it became a shocking headline across the boxing world. The charges are serious on their own, but the timing is even more troubling because Davis is still on probation from a separate hit-and-run case in Baltimore, a case that almost put him in jail before.
Just 1 year ago, early in the morning on November 5th, this surveillance video captured the moment a vehicle crashed into a fence at Washington and Martin Luther King Boulevards. The vehicle was a Lamborghini truck, and Baltimore City police say the driver was boxer Gervonta.
As part of his sentence, Davis was supposed to spend 90 days on house arrest, not staying in fancy hotels, going to events, or taking vacations. But reports say he spent much of that time at the Four Seasons Hotel downtown. That decision angered the judge handling his case. Now, with this new alleged offense, Davis may have completely broken his probation. People in the boxing world are seriously worried. Sources from Premier Boxing Champions, PBC, say they're unsure about what's next. If the judge decides to be strict, Davis could end up in jail. This arrest doesn't just put his freedom at risk, it could ruin everything: his legacy, his career momentum, and a highly anticipated, multi-million-dollar rematch that fans were excited for.
We're working with.
I rest my case. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the incomparable brother Ant.
Lamont Roach Jr., the WBA super featherweight world champion who pushed Tank Davis to the limit in their March 1st fight, has now made a tough but smart decision: he stopped training. People close to Lamont Roach Jr. say he's officially shut down his training camp. He's frustrated by the uncertainty around the August 16th rematch, which was supposed to happen in Las Vegas. That fight was Roach's chance to finish what he started, to possibly give Tank Davis his first real loss and prove himself as one of boxing's top fighters. But Roach feels like Davis isn't taking the fight or the situation seriously. He even said, "I just think he don't want to fight, plain and simple." Now, sources say Roach is looking for a new opponent. To many, it's starting to look like Tank is avoiding the ring.
Man, I just want to say to let the people know that this judge is crazy, bro. The judge is, she locked me up because basically I bought a property. I did everything in my power to listen to my lawyer.
Whether Tank Davis means to or not, his legal troubles have already messed up the rematch. Roach, who gained respect and momentum after their first fight ended in a controversial draw, isn't waiting around. Boxing moves fast, and Roach plans to keep moving. But the biggest threat to Davis right now isn't his opponent in the ring, it's the judge in Baltimore who still controls his probation. This is the same judge who originally gave Davis 90 days of house arrest for a hit-and-run case. She ordered that he stay under the supervision of his longtime trainer, Calvin Ford. But Davis ignored that and stayed at a luxury hotel instead. When the judge found out, she canceled the deal and sent him to serve the rest of his sentence in jail.
Home detention, people. I listened to everybody to the T. She's mad that I bought a property. That's why I'm sitting in jail. She said that I shouldn't have. She wanted me to be in an apartment, a one-bed apartment. You know what I mean? And I couldn't even, you know what I mean, take that. You know what I mean? She wanted me to stay in a one-bed apartment and have my kids and nothing to come.
Now, with new domestic violence accusations involving the same woman who once accused and then took it back, things have gotten even more serious. The same judge is handling the case again, and sources say she's likely ready to give Davis the toughest punishment possible. It seems she's done giving him second chances. If she decides to act firmly, the boxing world might have to watch one of its biggest stars from behind bars. And it's not just the legal trouble anymore. The WBA, one of boxing's oldest and most powerful organizations, is now also considering action. Davis still holds the WBA lightweight title, but experts are starting to question whether he should be allowed to keep it.
You are a Gervonta Tank Davis fight fan, and you've been waiting on fights to see Gervonta Davis and you like his fight style. I want to introduce you to somebody that I would call the original Gervonta Davis. He is a guy who is a Hall of Fame fighter out of Cincinnati, goes by the name of Aaron the Hawk Pryor.
Since Davis hasn't defended his title against his mandatory challenger and might be out of action for a while due to legal problems, more and more people are calling on the WBA to step in. One possible solution is to name Davis champion in recess. That would let Lamont Roach Jr. fight Floyd Schofield, the current mandatory challenger, for the full WBA title. Both fighters have been rising fast in the boxing world and have shown they're ready for a world championship fight.
Said Tank ducked me for Lamont Roach. Wow. Now, as of right now, some of you guys are saying this. Who is Floyd Schofield? Because I know a lot of casuals be watching these channels. Floyd Schofield is a boxer who's actually ranked number 2 in the
As one insider said, Tank isn't just delaying one fight, he's holding up the entire division. If the WBA approves Roach vs. Schofield and puts Davis on hold, the whole lightweight scene could change quickly. And when Davis returns, he might find a very different boxing world waiting for him. While Davis's legal issues get more complicated, the boxing world keeps moving. So do the fighters who've been eager to face him. Floyd Schofield, one of the sport's most promising young stars, has made it clear he wants a shot at the WBA title now. With Davis possibly out, his team is pushing for Schofield to fight Lamont Roach Jr. for the vacant or interim title.
Yeah, I mean, Tank could have went that route, you know? But I think Tank wanted a bigger name other than a Floyd Schofield type of person. And Lamont Roach is not a real big name, but he is a bigger name than Floyd Schofield. I know somebody gonna say, bro, I don't even know Lamont Roach either. So what point you think you're making? The point I'm making is at least Tank is fighting an unknown champion as opposed to an unknown prospect.
Behind the scenes, Floyd Schofield's father and trainer, Floyd Sr., has publicly claimed that Davis is avoiding the fight. He even said that Tank has been knocked down in sparring by less experienced fighters, though these claims haven't been confirmed. Still, the comments have sparked debate and added more pressure on Davis and his team. At the same time, Turki Al-Sheikh, the influential Saudi advisor behind the big Riyadh season boxing events, has shown interest in making a huge fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, one of the most talked about matchups in boxing today.
I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm a top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out.
Al-Sheikh has already met with both sides and was hoping to lock in the Davis vs. Shakur Stevenson super fight within the next year. But now, those plans are on hold because of Davis's legal troubles. Fighters like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Floyd Schofield, all rising stars with big talent, aren't just chasing Davis anymore. They're getting ready to take the spotlight if he's forced out. That's the real danger for Tank. This isn't just about missing one fight, it's about losing his place at the top of boxing's toughest division. If he's gone too long, the sport may move on without him. And now, with his legal problems making headlines, more and more big names in boxing are starting to speak up, and not all of them are being kind.
Again? Yeah, again. You know, I mean, hey, Look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get your that's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hear.
Legendary fighter and promoter Oscar de la Hoya was one of the first to speak out. Even though he's long admired Davis's skills in the ring, he didn't hold back when reacting to the arrest. He said, "Look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good fighter, one of my favorites. But man, get your _ together. You don't hit women. That's I."
Lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. Is that what you want to put it down to? Yeah. It's more than lack of discipline. Yeah. It's vile. Do you know what I mean? I don't condone that at all in the slightest, so it's not got nothing to do with lack of discipline.
British contender Conor Benn took it even further, saying he would never step into the ring with Tank Davis now. His view reflects a growing concern in boxing, that Davis's behavior outside the ring might be too serious to overlook, no matter how skilled he is. More top fighters and analysts are now starting to question what Davis's legacy will really be.
The thing that surprised me about Shakur, he's strong. I think if anything, I mean, we're all strong, but and you guys might not like this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The thing we know about Terrence Crawford, when he gets in the ring, he's so strong here, there's nothing you can convince him that he can't do.
Sean Porter called the fight with Shakur a dream matchup, but said Tank needs to deal with his personal issues first.
I still had Roach winning.
That's snatch.
Probably like 1 or 2 rounds.
Oh, my name's still heavy out here. People know me.
Yeah, G, mediocre.
It was a close fight. Tank, I don't know. I think Tank just underestimated him. And he was just looking for him to be himself and get a knockout.
Shameful shit.
Tank is losing until he's not losing.
I actually like the way he fights.
All his fights, when you watch him fight against Leo Santa Cruz.
Vicious win.
Even, Ryan was doing good first couple.
Terrence Crawford recently said he's not sure if Roach could perform that well again, but also pointed out that Tank needs to show he still has the drive. Right now, Tank's biggest fight isn't against Roach, it's with himself.
Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house.
Claressa Shields has picked Roach to win the rematch, saying he's only getting better, and that all of Tank's distractions are his own fault. What was shaping up to be a classic boxing rivalry is now turning into something deeper, a public debate about who truly deserves to represent the sport, and whether talent should come before accountability. While Tank is caught up in court dates and media speculation, Lamont Roach Jr. is staying in shape, but he's not waiting in silence anymore. "The fight's still scheduled for August 16th, he said, but I'm not putting my career on hold." Roach is actively pushing for a fight with Floyd Schofield, and even mentioned Devin Haney as a future target. His message is clear: Tank's not the only king in this division. I want the throne, no matter who's on it. The trust between Roach and Davis is clearly broken. And unless something changes fast, this story might shift from a revenge rematch to a complete replacement. Tank vs. Roach 2 was supposed to be a summer blockbuster, a redemption arc, a legacy-defining moment. But now, one decision outside the ring could ruin it all. What began as just another bump in Tank's rocky career could now be the moment it all comes crashing down, with legal consequences, public backlash, and the real possibility of losing both his title and his place among boxing's elite. Roach is moving forward. Schofield is ready. Fans are getting tired of the drama. And Tank Davis is running out of second chances. Courtroom chaos. Legal heat. Growing pressure. This could be the end of Tank's comeback before it even begins. What do you think? Is it time for the WBA to strip Tank Davis and let the division move on? Should Roach fight Schofield instead? Or does Tank still deserve the spotlight if he clears his name? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real boxing stories that matter.